Hi guys, welcome to this first video of my over the board tournament. It's the first week, the first tournament, 5 days, and I had some great hopes, high expectations, and high goals. And today was like a humbling day, humbling day. Uh, yeah, I kind of always look forward to things like competitions and tournaments, and keep watching and check in who is there and what are my chances. And things change. I mean, even until the last second, things change. Like the opponent next to me, the player next to me, his opponent didn't show up. Last minute cancellation, so he was paired with a higher rated person who shouldn't even be in our group. That's the way things go. So first things first, my group, I was at the lowest group. It was like unrated, two people, including one me and one other, 1200 and a couple of 1400s and low 1500s and one 1587. Things have changed. There's two guys over 1600 within our group, like a 1610 and 1625. The 1200 is gone, the unrated is gone. So basically, it's me being unrated, and I have to, battle with just a few 1400s, and the rest is 1500 to 1620. So my goal of getting in the top three is kind of already just with that uh, gone overboard. But it was a humbling experience because my first opponent, and I was kind of expecting maybe to get this 1200 or maybe a low 1400, but I straight away got a 1515 rate per opponent. And rating is always difficult. Some people with 1500 ratings are like really strong, some are really weak. The opponent I played with was really strong, and I blundered straight away, which doesn't really help. And so I have to adjust my goals. Not aiming for the top three, just trying to get, I don't know, out of the 5 games, maybe 2.5 points. That'd be 2 wins and a draw. But let's look at my game today. It's not pretty. My opponent played pretty well and I played pretty bad. It happens. I played with black. My opponent played with the English opening, which is something I'm not familiar with. Looking back at it, when I made a move, I realized I made a mistake. And I've done it before with the English opening. And well, you'll see. And if you want to figure out why you could get into trouble, pause the video and find out for yourself. But otherwise, just have a look. I just develop my pieces, get my stuff out, and so my opponent had a pretty passive opening. Nevertheless, he's slightly up, but that's probably because he's white. And he's attacking my knight. It's defended by the pawn, but I was thinking about maybe getting my bishop over here. And in hindsight, I probably should have done it. But with this pawn being here, it's a bit tricky. And I made this mistake before, as I said. And I was thinking I can get my bishop out here. Oh, let's get rid of all this claws here. And if he pushes, I can take, he can take. And I thought, like, hang on, it doesn't even matter if this pawn is here. I'm not quite sure. I guess I just miscalculated. There's nothing to do with this pawn, actually. I miscalculated. I castled and put my bishop over here. I looked at it and I thought, like, if he pushes it, I'm just winning a pawn. Take, take, take. Bear with me. Yeah, I just made a miscalculation. I thought, like, if he pushes this pawn, I push, I can take, he can take, I take, he takes. I take and it's all defended, but I missed that the queen is behind it. Uh, Rookie mistake, to be honest. But they have it, and he didn't see it straight away. Maybe because if you push the pawn, he was probably worried about this pawn, which is undefended, but it wouldn't have mattered. And I still didn't see the problem. I was just thinking a little bit too much about freeing up my knight, and I have to defend this pawn. But now he just pushed it, and I knew straight away I was in trouble. I mean, this is move 14. So take, and I'm just losing a piece. And from this moment on, I'm struggling. I mean, it's like 4.5 points up. He's a piece up, and I can't take this because it's defended. And I had some ideas cooking, but he was strong enough to either see all these tactics that I had in my mind, or he was just pressuring me and I had to react. I was just wanting to trade off this bishop. It's just a strong defender for the king, and thought maybe just like get some attack. And obviously now he's bringing in his knight. Looking at this, like, yes, I can defend it, but I'm losing a bishop. So we're trading down, and I thought like I have an attack on the rook, but it's just like it's nothing really. I mean, he could have even brought back his bishop and trade pieces off, but he didn't. He just stepped away, and yeah. And over here, I thought like he's probably gonna push this pawn and trapping my bishop, so I had to get back. Yeah, and then I had some tactics in my mind, but it wasn't quite there yet. I thought like in some world I can check, I can take this pawn, he takes, I take it with a check, but it's defended by the queen. So I couldn't do it just yet, but there was something to keep an eye out for. And obviously taking the bishop, the knight, you can just take with the bishop also rather than the queen. I thought let's just avoid him from coming in, so I'm free to move all my pieces. Yeah, and then he must have kind of realized. Oh, also at this moment I thought like, oh yeah, hang on, bear with me. I was looking at this tactic, which didn't work. Like take this, he takes, and I go with a check, but it's defended by the queen. That didn't work. Then I thought like, I can push this pawn. He takes, I take. The knight is pinned to the king, so he can't take. So it would be like, I was thinking about this. And if he takes, I take, he takes, and then I take, and he can't take it, and then I don't know, maybe go for a check, and yeah, try to survive. And in this position, I would even still be 3 points down. But he either, he probably saw it, because he stepped in. Oh yeah, and that's why I put this pawn here, because I thought like if I go here, you could also first check. Hang on, excuse me. What am I saying? I thought if I push this pawn, I thought you could also check me first, and then yeah, and then he takes, and I take, and we're just trading pieces off. I mean, I'm in this position also still 4 points down. So that wouldn't have worked, but I was thinking about that, so I thought like first let's put this pawn here so he can't give a check. Then he must have realized I was cooking something, so he stepped closer. And yeah, and he's not just stepping closer, he's stepping out of the pin with the rook, the knight, so I can't do this anymore. Because you got 1, 2, 3 defenders. yeah, so he was. I found him to be a very strong player. I mean, he didn't make any mistakes. And then he steps in, looking at this. Don't want to obviously push the pawns, but sometimes you're gonna have to. And he comes in, and there is too much pressure. Go. This one is hanging with a fork. And I was also thinking he might give a check. Hang on, is it my turn? Oh yeah, I obviously needed to move. But I thought, like, if I say, for example, save this pawn, I thought, okay, I thought like I didn't even look at this. I thought he might check me here, and then uh, I wouldn't have, I didn't need to take. Oh, I didn't even think about that. I wouldn't have to take, but I thought like I need to take, and then he gives a check, and I take. I can't even take. Oh, I could even. Ah, man, I was just seeing ghosts. But anyway, I was struggling already, and it was. But I thought like there's too much tension with this knight. There's too much trouble. I need to get rid of it, and Stockfish agrees. Even though obviously you don't want to trade down when you're behind. Yeah, I mean, look at it. I mean, like, he's got his pieces all the way up to the 5th rank, and I've just got my pieces to the 6th rank. I mean, this is just it's just disgusting. I mean, I'm just being completely annihilated. It was terrible. And yeah, I mean, obviously I need to defend. I was thinking, and he's probably was seeing it again. I was thinking I could. That's why I moved my queen over here. I can bring it here. That's not my go. Hang on. Yeah, I was thinking if he doesn't make the right move, I bring my queen here, and together with his bishop, it was just hope chess. I mean, looking at this for a check, and if he defends, I don't know, maybe double up the rooks, and I don't know. And I saw obviously this bishop is undefended, so I was thinking about that somehow. But yeah, my opponent didn't give me any chance. Not a lot. Well, he just stepped here and this is checkmate threat. So I need to push this pawn. I don't think there's any other way to defend it. He's just saying like give up a pawn. But obviously now I'm just blocking my chance to get any counterplay. And he wisely trades off because he's up and gets me off the open file. Yeah, I did think about that, and eventually I get there. Uh, just trying to survive, which is barely possible. And he's inching closer and closer with all his. He's got like this sniper. He's got these 2 pieces all, and the rook. I mean, I'm completely stuck defending. So it's not a nice game. And then he offers me a trade, and I didn't see any way about it. I mean, I could defend this bishop. He's obviously attacking my bishop, so I thought like I can defend my bishop, and then he's gonna take, and I take, and he's still coming in with his rook, attacking my bishop. I need to go, and he's gonna grab this pawn. There's nothing really I can do about it, so I just took it. And he takes a pawn, and here I thought like I had maybe a sliver of hope. I even thought about offering him a draw and just maybe uh, kind of telling him that I've got some plans with my pawn, but I didn't. I mean, I don't think that would have been fair. And I knew obviously he was gonna go for it, and I thought like, let's at least keep this bishop occupied. So now it's kind of like equal immaterial because we both have an active piece. and this one needs to be here to defend the pawn from pushing through. But then again, I'm stuck defending this pawn with both my pieces, because otherwise he's gonna just probably gonna bring his rook in sometime and try to get this pawn. But he thought even of a nicer way to win this pawn, and that's just to push this pawn. And obviously he's going to push this pawn and push this pawn and trap my bishop. Well, not trap it, but it needs to go. And it hasn't got any squares at the moment. And I was really thinking about, should I save this pawn or not, or should I try to get some counterplay? And this position is completely lost anyway, so I thought, like, there's no point in defending this pawn. It's not going to get me anywhere. If I ever have any chance of maybe getting some hope for a miracle, I need to become some kind of, well, aggressive as possible, as aggressive as possible in this position, which is not a lot, because this bishop is looking here, blocking my king from going anywhere, and I can't leave this back rank with my rook because this is a checkmate straight away. Unless obviously I keep this bishop here and this rook on the d file. But I thought, like, I need to do something. I mean, yeah, try. I obviously can't check here or here now because it's defended by the bishop. But I thought, like, if I have two moves to bring my king here, then I can pressure this bishop out and then maybe start pushing the pawn. But I mean, there's like 4 moves or something, and this guy was just too good for me at the moment. Well, it is too good for me being a piece down, because obviously, yeah, I mean, I don't have the power to do anything with just with 1 piece down, and yeah, he just pushed the pawn, and now I need to drop back. Well, I don't need to drop back straight away, but I also want to get my king into safety to get to a position where I can actually escape. So my rook is free to do some stuff. And he pushed, and obviously I need to retreat. Okay, so he says just give up your bishop. That's probably better. Because obviously now this pawn is hanging, which he took. So there goes all my hope for any counterplay. And now this pawn is obviously also hanging because there's 2 attackers and no defenders. Yeah, I just brought my bishop out here. Look at this pawn. Just in case he wants to grab this pawn with his rook, I can grab this pawn, but he takes it with the bishop, obviously. Yeah, so I can't even take this pawn. And all that's left for me is try to not get checkmated and see if there's any way to save these pawns. So I needed to get my king off these light squares somehow, but with that I'm pinning my bishop to the king. So he obviously attacked it. He's got 2 attackers, 2 defenders, but yeah, I mean, even if I would let this straight happen, then my rook and my bishops are gone. My bishop are gone. He's got a bishop. Even the color bishop of the promotion square, so he can just sit it here, and I can't even reach it with my king. Yeah, so this was utterly hopeless. And now I thought, like, take this pawn, but he just defends it, and I thought, like, I'm not quite sure why I did this, but yeah, I mean, and this is just another great move. I mean, I need to move with my rook, and I can go here, but then he just brings it back here, and obviously this bishop is looking at this square. So yes, I'm gonna have to at a point sacrifice my rook. At this moment, I on a couple of occasions thought, like, is it even worth going any further, or is it just resignable? But I thought, like, let's see what he's got in store for us. You never know, maybe someone blunders even at a 1500 over the board elo rating. People still blunder. Um, okay, so Stockfish go here, but and then he checks, and yeah, I was kind of worried he was going to go here and grab these pawns. So I not only have to worry about these two pawns, but also these pawns coming in. So I thought, like, if I bring it here, yes, he can bring it here with the rook, but then I can go over here. He takes. So I was thinking maybe he goes here. Then I go here. He takes, and then yeah, you can still. Oh, you can still check because defended by the bishop. I didn't even see it anymore. Yeah, it's utterly hopeless. But I thought it needed to be close to these pawns anyway. And then he stepped in his because I obviously could get a check. Not that it will do anything, but I was hoping, yeah, you can't get a perpetual with just a rook. Okay, this allows the opponent to eventually win a rook. Yeah, well, this didn't happen, but pretty much something similar. He just pushed his pawn, and in this position I resigned because I mean, there's nothing I can do. I can take this pawn, but then he promotes and it's a checkmate. So I need to step back. But if I do so, he's just gonna, yeah, I can go here, and then he takes and I take, and it's I mean, 3 pawns against a bishop and a queen, and 4 pawns. It's utterly hopeless. So yeah, rough first day. Had such high hopes and expectations, but to be honest, I mean, I've been playing some people at my local chess club, which are like 1500, even some people 1600, and this guy was way stronger than that. So I think he's underrated. I mean, not defending myself, I play poorly. Uh, let's have a look actually how he played. I didn't actually play too poorly. I played 78.5% accuracy, which is not that bad. Uh, but my opponent played 86% accuracy. That's, I mean, over the board game, that's top notch for people around my rating, about the 1500 rating. Yeah, and to make things even more interesting, you think you lose and you'll get paired with some lower rated opponents. But I think the lowest rated opponent is 1450 because all the lower rated and unrated people have abandoned the tournament. But uh, the guy who I thought was going to be the highest, 1587, was not the highest anymore because for whatever reason, which is really unfair, I think it's unfair. We have now in our group 1610 and 1620, whilst in the group above us, there's a bunch of people who are still who are even under 1600. But anyway, this 1587 person lost today against a 1450. So there's hope because this person lost against a low-rated opponent, and I've beaten many people around the 1450 rating over the board. But I mean, obviously would have preferred to get like a 1400 rated player on the second day. So now I had like a strong opponent, and now I get another strong opponent. So my yeah, I must say I'm kind of not tilted, but frustrated. Uh, yeah, obviously it's great to get higher rated opponents when you win, and you obviously you progress, so you get higher and higher rated opponents. But didn't expect to play the 1515 on the first day. I thought like 1200 or maybe 1400, and now my second game is a 1587. Yes, I won against some 1600 rated players. occasionally on my chess club. But yeah, anyway, I don't want to whine, but I'm a little bit disappointed. Disappointment is fine. Anyway, I hope you learned something from it. I don't think you like this video. Well, I didn't like this game. Let me know what you thought of it. If you wanna leave a comment. Did you see some moves that I missed? Would you have played it differently? Obviously, other than just getting my pieces into a fork, that was just a mistake. Yeah, happy to hear your thoughts, and now clear my head, get a good night rest in, and then see what we can do against Mr. 1587. All right, thanks for your attention, and see you tomorrow if you want to walk along with me on this road. Thanks, bye bye.